Manga-Waido.
My name is Marina Sasoka. My father runs a company and our family is wealthy. Like my beautiful mother, I am reasonably good-looking, but I don't have it all. What I don't have is a man. I first fell in love when I was in middle school. I fell in love with a guy who was a classmate, and I gave him Valentine's Day chocolates and small things I bought with my allowance. But he went off to study abroad, and we drifted apart. I finally had a boyfriend when I was in college, and he was good-looking, talented, and everyone's hero, so the girls were very mean.
Sasaoka, is it true that you're dating Tanaka?
Yeah.
You're so brazen. A girl like you is not worthy of Tanaka.
So mean. I tried so hard to get him to accept me.
Do you think you'll be forgiven if you cry? I don't want to see your face anymore. I'm done with you. Don't talk to us.
I enough and decided to give up on Tanaka. But in the end, my girlfriends didn't come back, and I was a bit of a loner until graduation. The only one who was kind to me was Ryota Yamamoto, who was 3 years younger than me. He was a simple and kind guy.
Sasaoka-senpai! I made a copy of this material for the club.
Thanks, that's very helpful. I'll buy you a cup of coffee as a thank you.
No, I feel bad.
It's fine, it's fine. The time I spent talking to Yamamoto was a moment of healing. When Yamamoto came to the company where I work as a new employee, I thought it was fate. You're Ryota Yamamoto, who went to the same school as me at Mara University, aren't you?
Sasaoka-senpai? Wow! I'm so happy to see you again, senpai!
I'm happy too. We're going to be co-workers from now on. Nice to meet you. Yamamoto was a serious company employee. There were rumors that his family was poor coming from a single mother, but I didn't care about that. I gave up my own time to teach him his work if he asked me to, and I sometimes worked overtime with him. I was happy just to hear him say,
"Thank you, Sasaoka-senpai."
And he,
"I like you! Please go out with me."
I felt like I was in heaven when he said to me, "Are you sure you're okay with me? I'm older than you, but..."
I don't care about age. I like you, Sasaoka-senpai. I'll take good care of you. Please go out with me.
I'm so happy. I also like you, Yamamoto. Please take care of me. This is how we came to be together. Yamamoto is a rather plain guy, but his simplicity was refreshing and we had fun together. I thought it would work out even if I get married to him. But why is he talking to Sayori? For some reason, Yamamoto started sneaking around and talking with Sayori, who was my colleague. Why are you talking to Sayori so much lately?
What? Well, it's about work.
Don't tell me you're cheating on me with Sayori.
Of course not!
Yamamoto, who was sweating and trying his best to deny it, seemed suspicious to me, so I said something like this without thinking. Then will you meet my parents? If you have nothing to hide, you can say, I'm thinking of getting married, can't you?
What? Marriage?
If you're that flustered, that means you and Sayori are.
I'm not cheating on you.
In fact, before I met Yamamoto, I was dating a guy in the same department.
I'm not thinking about marriage. I don't like heavy women.
And got dumped. I was really shocked. I don't want to feel like that ever again. From that thought, I ended up doing the same thing to Yamamoto as if I was pressing him. I was worried of him saying, I'm not thinking about marriage like before.
I understand. Please let me meet your parents.
Yamamoto agreed to meet my parents. Good, you were serious about me. This relief was short-lived.
So you're Marina's boyfriend?
You're quite poorly dressed.
I came from a single mother home, so we're not very well off. I'm sorry if I don't fit up to your standards. What? A single mother?
Single parent and poor? Marina, quit it with this guy.
How come? He's a good, kind man. He loves me too.
How can we allow you to marry a man who will only make life hard?
That's right, we won't allow you to marry a poor man.
My parents didn't approve of Yamamoto. I was angry. Enough! I'm eloping! And tried to leave the house with him, but the biggest betrayal of all came out of his mouth.
Right. It makes sense how you wouldn't want to give your precious daughter to a poor man. I have debt too, so...
What?
Debt? What do you mean? I borrowed it when I was in college. I'm still paying it off.
I felt the ground beneath me crumble. How could you not tell me something so important?
I knew I had to tell you at some point, but I just couldn't bring myself to.
That's enough. I was going to forgive you for talking to Sayori behind my back, but I can't have a man who stays silent.
Marina-senpai.
Don't call me by my name. I'm breaking up with you. I can't go out with someone I can't trust. That's how I broke up with him. My parents said it's a good thing you dumped that guy. Why am I so unlucky with men? I thought being poor coming from a single mother was no big deal, but debt? That's just too much for him not to tell me such an important thing. After that, Yamamoto was transferred and we never saw each other again. To be honest, I was relieved. Ever since then, I haven't met a nice guy in the department and I am still single. I wonder when I will meet a man that my parents will approve of. I really resent my lack of luck with men. I hope a wonderful prince will appear soon. I won't give up. I'm waiting for him.
My name is Ryota Yamamoto. I'm the guy who got kicked out by his girlfriend, Marina Sasaoka, just a few minutes ago. I'd like to tell you how it happened. I met Marina-senpai when I was in college. I was kind of curious about her when I saw her sitting alone, so I started to talk to her. The seniors around me, you should stay away from Marina. It seems she got into drama with the girls before. You get glared at too. They said that, but I couldn't leave her alone. So I talked to her. Marina-senpai wasn't as bad as people said she was. She smiled at dorky guys like me and even brought me coffee. I was really surprised when I found Marina-senpai in the department I was assigned to after I joined the workforce.
I'll teach you anything, so if you have any trouble, just let me know.
Marina-senpai was as kind as ever, and sometimes she would even accompany me to work overtime. I wanted to be a man approved by her, and I decided to confess my feelings to her when I achieved good results in sales and received recognition in the department. 1 year later, I've been working hard to become a man worthy of Marina-senpai. I like you. Please go out with me.
I'm so happy. I also like you, Yamamoto. Please take care of me.
When my confession went well, I was really happy. But it was only good for the first few months. For some reason, Marina kept a very close eye on me. If I talked to any female employee, even a little bit.
What were you just talking about? Something you can't tell me?
She began to ask. If I tried to be vague even for a second,
Are you cheating on me? Did you stop liking me?
and she'd glare at me. But it didn't stop there. She wouldn't give me the necessary paperwork or tell me when a client called. She continued to do things like that until I said, I'm sorry, I will never talk to a female employee outside of work again. She never acted like that before we started going out. Why? When I was exhausted, it was Sayori-senpai who approached me. I marvel at what she told me at the vending machine while Marina wasn't looking. Marina, to my surprise, had done the same thing to a male employee she used to date.
Marina's ex-boyfriend didn't want to be bound, but Marina didn't care about that and kept bringing up the idea of marriage. When her ex-boyfriend refused, saying, I can't get married, Marina got upset and did something outrageous.
Something outrageous?
She filed a complaint with her boss that her ex-boyfriend sexually harassed her, and he got demoted.
You mean she made up the sexual harassment accusation? What happened to him now?
He was sent to a department where it's unlikely to get promoted, and he had a mental breakdown. He quit after all.
Marina also rounded up the supervisors, forced female employees she didn't like to voluntarily resign, and had a senior employee who warned her demoted.
Our boss and Marina's father are old friends, and they're taking advantage of that connection.
What should I do? Do you mean that the only way to escape from Marina-senpai is to quit the company?
It's going to be difficult, but it might work out if you can get Marina to break up with you.
I'm not sure if I can do that. Afterwards, I did some research on my own and found out that Marina had been left out because she slept with her friend's boyfriend when she was a student. So it was her own fault when she was a loner back then. If I keep going out with Marina, it could be the end of my life. In the break room, while I was thinking about the future...
Hey, why are you talking to Sayori so much lately?
Marina-senpai! I almost jumped when she appeared.
What were you talking about with Sayori? Are you cheating?
No, it's not like that. I would never cheat.
Huh? Then will you come to her house to meet my parents?
What?
If you're not cheating on me and you're serious about me, you can do that, right?
Her eyes weren't smiling, and I couldn't stop my cold sweats. Under her silent pressure, she read, You're going to regret it if you refuse. But wait, This could be an opportunity. I agreed to go to her house and headed to Marina's house for the weekend. I went there looking as shabby as possible, and sure enough, Marina's parents looked at me quizzically. What? A single mother?
Single parent and poor? Marina, quit it with this guy.
Yes! I was so happy that they expressed their reluctance for the marriage. However...
How come? He's a good, kind man. He loves me too.
She seemed to be even more stubborn because her parents were against it. How can we allow you to marry a man who'll only make things hard?
That's right, we won't allow you to marry a poor man.
Marina still didn't seem to give up even after all this was said and done, saying, I'm eloping, and even pulled my hand. My life is over if I keep doing what she tells me to. I'm not going to give up yet. I thought hard and came up with the answer. Right. It makes sense how you wouldn't want to give your precious daughter to a poor man. I have debts, too. So, debt? What do you mean? I borrowed when I was in college, and I'm still paying it off. I say debt, but it's a student loan, and I'll be done paying it back in a few months. But of course, I kept that a secret. I have to play the bad guy with the bad debt. Please reject me.
That's enough. I was going to forgive you for talking to Sayori behind my back, but I can't have a man who stays silent.
Marina-senpai.
Don't call me by my name. I'm breaking up with you. I can't go out with someone I can't trust.
Yes! I left Marina-senpai's house after feeling delighted for the second time. After that, Marina must have had a hand in it, and I was transferred. But thanks to that fact, I usually work diligently. There was no unreasonable demotion, and I was relieved that I was just a transfer between branches. I fell in love with someone at my new company, and this time we were actually getting married. She's a nice girl from an average family who accepts everything about me, including the fact that I come from a single parent. Marina, on the other hand, she apparently hadn't given up on marriage after that and started dating a good-looking guy from her business partner's company. But this handsome guy seemed to be approaching Marina with an eye on her family's assets. Marina and her family have been suffering badly since she got married.
Marina says that her husband put her in debt. She quit to go to a better paying job, but rumor has it that she's having a hard time working 2 jobs at once.
I see. Huh, I'm really glad I left her early.
Right? You're happy now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm newly married and having fun every day.
That's great. I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you. Thanks to Marina, I've learned to be more careful with women, and in a way, it was a good experience. Marina may be going through a tough time right now, but I hope she learns from this and chooses men carefully in the future. I know I don't have to worry about her anymore, but she is who she is, and I hope she finds happiness, though I hope I never see her again.